Okay, the ninth problem on the practice test. We're given velocity of 6.9 meters per second, and there's no mention of speeding up, slowing down, acceleration, anything of that nature. So we can safely assume that that is our constant velocity, which means it's our average velocity. Since there's no acceleration, that would be the average velocity. The initial would equal the final, and the average would equal either. So this is the velocity. Okay, time interval 18.11 seconds. So the question is, how far does something travel? If this is the speed, and in the case we could call it velocity. And this is time interval. Well, obviously we're going to use delta S equals V bar delta T. Of course, we go back to the, and we want to do it in our head, to the definition of average velocity and reason all this out, but that's what we're going to end up doing. Now, the problem did ask for the appropriate number of significant figures, and the numbers as given aren't exactly the numbers I've got here. So let's just talk about the significant figure aspect of this. Now let's multiply the actual numbers are 6.586 as opposed to 6.59, and 18.113 as opposed to just 18.11. Now, we note that there are 4 significant figures in this number, 5 significant figures in this number. When we multiply or divide, the result will have a number of significant figures which is equal to the least number of significant figures in the 2 quantities that we multiply. So our result is going to be just 4 significant figures. Now, if we multiply 6.59 times 18.11, we're going to get a result that has more than 4 significant figures. So it might just be sufficient to multiply these 2 numbers and see what we get. So we do that. We multiply these 2 numbers, and we get 119.34. And we actually get a few more figures beyond that. I think we get a 4.9 after the 3.4. So this number comes out pretty long because we're multiplying a 5-digit number by a 4-digit number. We get a pretty long number down here. Now, when we multiply these out, we get 119.292218. Okay, now there's a significant difference between these numbers, and it's almost enough to kick the 4-digit round off of this number up to 119.4, although this one is going to clearly be just 119.3, and that's going to be it, and that's the accurate result for the numbers that were given. Here we get 3, 4, and the next numbers are 4, 9. If it had been 5-0, then we'd have had to round this 4 up to a 5. So this is 119.3 to 4 significant figures, but almost 119.4. This is clearly 119.3. So if this last significant figure is important, then we probably want to use more of the information we have in these numbers and actually multiply the 4 significant figures here by at least 4 significant figures of this number in order to get a reliable 4 significant figure result.